Good evening, friends. Welcome to Adda 24/7. So, after the day's work, you are back to your studies, right? So, I would always say that either you study in the morning fresh or in the evening before going to bed. So, we are here in the series for going before going to bed. So, we are what are we? Where are we? We are in the Cracker series. Here, Cracker series means basically MCQs. Okay. So, watch this series from the end, from the start till the end. Okay. Firstly, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. Also, join Officers Adda YouTube channel. Basically, why am I saying this Adda 24/7 apps here? On Adda 24/7 app, you'll get all the study material, videos, video lectures, live classes, notes, tests, whatever you need for CAIIB. And remember, this is the last attempt for this CAIIB with this portion. Next time it will be something new. Okay. So also join this Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. Okay, this is also very important. Okay, again coming back before going to the main content, remember this felicitation program coming up on 23rd July. Also seminar on 23rd July, same time 12 p.m. Remember, seminar will be useful for all the bankers. If you have cleared JAIIB, CAIIB, attend this felicitation program if you are nearby. Okay, and also Adda will reimburse this AC3 tickets. Okay. So coming to this batch, I'll come to this later. This is a new batch which is starting up for December exam. Okay, so I'll come to this later. Let's focus on our topics here. The MCQ series which is going on now is for ABM module A. Okay, in module A we are having almost 12 chapters, roughly 11-12 chapters. Okay, and out of that you will be having MCQ. All everything is theory. Only chapter number GDP and that budget, those two have numericals. Okay, so remaining all we are covering totally module A as a same as a one topic only. We are not covering chapter wise, because what happens, we don't understand. Suppose if I tell you something about supply and demand and something about this economics or something about ISLM, it gets confused. So better part is get it question wise. Okay, now we are in the 16th question. Yesterday I had completed 15th. Okay, so the agency estimating the national income of India is, so who estimates the national income of India? Now what is national income firstly? What do you mean by national income? See here, national income is of two types, right? One is GNP and GDP. See here, in fact there are three types. Okay, I'll come to that also. GDP, okay, and second is GNP, isn't it? Gross national product. Even this GNP, okay, even this GNP has one more type, that is called as NNP. Okay, net national products. Here now you'll get confused again. I know GNP, GDP, what is this? Here there are various topics we have covered on GDP, GNP. Okay, now how to get what is GDP basically and what is GNP? See here, simple logic is, then GDP is let's say anything which is produced in India, either by, here I'll write it over here. GDP is what? GDP is the total production done in India by who? By both. Okay, by Indians, Indian company, okay, as well as foreigners. Okay, foreigners, I'll write it here over here, foreigners. Okay, so Indians as well as foreigners, that is GDP. And now what is GNP then? See here, only Indians, what do they produce? That is GNP. But only Indians is GNP. But GNP does not limit itself to Indian only. It consists of Indian within India as well as Indian outside India. Okay, got it? Got this point? Outside India. Outside, I'll write it. Okay, India. Okay, so basically what is GNP? Indian, let he or she stay in India, let he or she stay outside. Okay, so that is in GNP. But what is to be removed by the GNP then? See, this foreigner, this we have to subtract it. Whenever you calculate GNP, add all the Indians, let it be in India, let it be in outside, and subtract the foreigners who are within India. The foreigners who are outside India, we are not concerned with that at all, isn't it? Only the foreigners, like the car manufacturer companies, many of them are in India. These mobile manufacturers, all those who are foreign guys, those are to be subtracted from GNP, not GDP. GDP is totally these things. Okay, now coming back to our topic. So what is the question? Who calculates this GDP, GNP, NNP, all these things? Okay, what is NNP? I didn't tell you about this NNP, I think so, isn't it? See here, what is gross profit and net profit? What is the difference between gross and net? Gross you get it from what? From what? That trading account, right? And net you get it from what? P&L. For to get net profit from gross profit, what do you subtract? Indirect expenses. Indirect. Okay. Same logic over here. Okay. Subtract the indirect expenses over here. Okay. Now indirect for India would be what? For as a here as a company there are all the stationery consumption, the electricity bills, all these things. So India it will be when many indirect expenses will be directly given in the exam. What are the indirect expenses? Okay. Means what? If you are being told to calculate NNP from GNP, they'll directly give you the indirect expenses for India. Okay. And then they'll have to subtract it. Okay. So this was not our question. Our question was something else. Why did I cover this? So that you know what do you mean by this national income. Okay. See here, my purpose is not for you to only learn mug up these. This. And this is not the purpose, right? The purpose is you must understand what are the things, isn't it? So what is the answer for this? CSO, Central Statistical Organization. Okay, CSO. Got this point? So always remember CSO calculate. I have taken a separate lecture on CSO. Okay, I will always suggest join these paid batches. See this paid batch. Okay, for AB and BFM and retail. Join this. We cover everything in this because here quality comes at a cost. Remember basic logic. Okay. Next, the goal of the monetary policy do not include. So what is the goal? Firstly, what is monetary policy? Okay, monetary policy means what? The policy given by the this RBI. Okay, there are two policies basically, fiscal and monetary, right? There is third policy also, exim policy, that is given by the Commerce Department. But in CAIIB we are not concerned with that. We are only concerned with monetary and this what? Fiscal. Okay. So what is the goal of this monetary policy? We don't want the goal. So what is not the goal? Maximum output, full employment. This is employment M. Full employment, price stability, maximum tax revenue. So what is the what is the goal of this? Which one is not the goal? Okay, give me the answer fast. Which one is not the goal? Okay, everyone. See here, full employment, I know everyone will agree to this. Price stability, everyone will agree to this. Maximum output and maximum tax revenue. Now this is between, the fight is between A and D. Now give me the answer correct. A or D, A or D, A or D. Fast. A or D. Everyone, fast. Yeah, got it? Correct. The answer is not. We want do not. So tax revenue. This is the correct answer. Okay. So we want do not. Okay. What I'll do is I'll mark this which are there. Okay. I'll mark this over here. What I do? Not, and this is the correct. Okay. So these are the outputs or the goals of the monetary policy A, B and C, and D is not the goal of the monetary policy. Then tell me, what is the maximum tax revenue? In which policy is this the goal? Anyone? Yes, fiscal, isn't it? Fiscal is given by the government, monetary is given by RBI. Is RBI concerned with tax? No, government is concerned with tax, right? So fiscal policy will be given by the government, right? So that's why tax revenue will be the part of the government, isn't it? Remember that budget part. Fiscal, what do we have? Right? Tax revenue. What are the revenue incomes of the government? Right? Tax and non-tax. Right? That budget part. So follow that. Okay. GNP, gross national product is. So what is GNP? Just now I told you. See here, over here, GNP, isn't it? GNP, I told you. All this Indian minus foreign. Okay. So what is gross national product? Okay. Gross national product is total output of goods and services produced by the countries in the country's economy. Means everything which is produced in the country's economy. Let it be Indian or foreign. The total domestic and foreign output claimed by residents of the country. Domestic and foreign output by residents. Okay. The sum of gross domestic product and investment. And national income minus national expenditure. Oh, what is this? D. D is strictly out. Okay. Income minus expenditure. Is this this GNP? What do you say? Everyone fast in this. What is the answer? We want a correct answer. We don't want not. That was in my earlier question, 17th. Now we want a correct one. So what is the GNP? Just now I told you. What? Residents. Indian. Where is the answer? Okay. Now give me the answer. Okay. D is out. C is out. Now A and B. Tell me the answer. A and B. Fast. Which one? A or B? Everyone. Firstly, okay, before this, like this video. Everyone, pause this video now. Like it now. Immediately. Like it. Why? Because the number of likes and the number of views, if they are equal, only then the buffering is proper. Okay. And if you are liking this video, if you like the content, why don't you like that video? Isn't it? Okay. So, coming back, what is the answer? Yes. Correct answer is B, right? Total domestic and foreign output claimed by residents of India. Indian. India and foreign, right? Just now I told you. Okay, next. If an economy is in equilibrium at a point where plans to save and to invest are equal, government expenditure must be. Oh, what is this? Means economy is in equilibrium. Means plans to save and invest are equal. Then the government expenditure will be what? What do you say? What is it? Curtailed, equal to government income, increased, and none of the above. What is it? Quite simple. Simple logic. Here, I'll tell you one analogy to this. The analogy is, here, where plans to save and invest are equal, means everything is equal. Income is equal to expense, or assets are equal to liabilities. So, what do we have such thing? Accounts, JAIIB. Everyone remembers? Balance sheet. What is balance sheet? It's always balanced. P&L. What is P&L? Income equals to expense. Isn't it? That's the basic logic. So what do you think about this? What do you think? Fast. Save and to invest are equal. The government expenditure must be curtailed, equal to government income, increased. None of the above is out. So only these three, A, B or C. So if they are equal, what do you mean by this? Government expenditure must be equal to government income or increased or curtailed. Fast. A, B or C. Everyone. Right. B. Simple one, isn't it? Here, logic. Where the plans to save and to invest are equal. When do you invest? When you have everything proper. Right? Means you have all your expenses done. So, when are the expenses done? When your income is equal to the expenses, isn't it? So expenditure must be equal to the government income. Okay. Which of the following is correct regarding the gross domestic savings in India? What is this? Gross domestic savings. Remember, this is not GDP. GDP is gross domestic product. Okay. What is this gross domestic saving then? Domestic saving means you and me. What do we save? Domestic, individual. Okay. Means what you and me save in the banks, in the various other firms. Okay, that is domestic savings. So what is correct? We want to understand. Always remember, in exam also, first check what is asked in the question. Means whether they are asking is correct or is wrong, what is required, what is not required, which of them is the correct one, which of them is not required. All these things, yes and no. Remember these things. Okay. So coming back, which of the following is correct regarding the gross domestic savings in India? Okay. Contribution of corporate sector is largest. Contribution of government sector is largest. Contribution of household sector is largest, and none of the above. So what do you say? Gross domestic, where the saving is the most? Corporate, government, household. Which one has the maximum share in savings? Fast. A, B, C. D is out. Okay, forget this D. A, B, C. Which one? Which one is the correct one? Corporate. Do corporate save? Okay. Do you think Reliance will put the money in the current account or savings account? Or will it put it somewhere in its project? Government. Does government have enough money to put it in the savings account or saving? Or does government will have, definitely it can have its savings account, because after all it's a individual. Okay. Means artificial person, so it can have, that's not an issue. But does government have that much money? Any government for that matter, not only in India. And if the government has extra money, will it put it in some savings current account or will it invest in the projects? So who will have the domestic savings maximum? Yes, the correct answer is, why are all of these guys not typing? Those who are viewing this video, kindly type the answer in the comment section. Fast. Yes, type it fast. Answer is C, household sector. Because these two guys, corporate and government, they won't keep the money in savings and currents, right? Savings means what? Saving current FD generally. Okay. So will these guys put their money? What is the goal of this corporate sector? Reliance. Okay. What Reliance will always try to keep in the current account? It will always try to keep the minimum amount in the current account. Why? Because current account doesn't fetch any interest. Why should it keep the money in the current accounts? Logic, isn't it? Why will the government keep the money in the current and savings accounts? It doesn't fetch you any interest. Savings, how much does this fetch you? 3.54% roughly. Some banks give you 6%. Forget that. Some banks, one or two banks is different. What is general trend going on? 3.54. Okay. So will the government have this 3. And what will the public do? CAG, there is a audit for this government. If the government puts it in savings account, audit will hit them, isn't it? It's for household, you and me. Okay. Next, NNP means net national product. I just now told you what is NNP. GNP minus this indirect, or national income is the money value of. So what is the NNP? Final goods and services produced annually in the economy, annual service generation in the income in the economy, tangible goods produced annually in the economy, tangible goods available in the economy. So what is the answer? Firstly, think about it. Okay. Think about it. Net national product. It's very simple. We are seeing over here. Answers are very simple. Okay, I'll give you one hint. Okay. National product. Let it be GNP, GDP, NNP, anything. Will that consider only goods or goods and services? Tell me. Goods or goods and services? First, type the answer. Does GDP, GNP, NNP have goods and goods or services, or only goods? Tangible goods, which you can touch. Okay. Simple, isn't it? So C and D is out. Tangible goods, C and D out. Okay. Now remember A and B only. Final goods and services produced annually in the economy. Annual service generation in the economy means A says both goods and services and B says only service. So what is the correct answer? Does it consider only service? No, it considers both A and B, isn't it? So A is the answer, final goods and services. Simple one, isn't it? Which of the following is included in the calculation of GDP? Again, I told you first question only. What is GDP? Personal consumption expenditure, government gross domestic investment, purchased by government, and all of the above. So which one? What do you think? Okay. What is GDP? Anyone knows? What is GDP? That formula? All that formula. Consumption plus investment plus that what? Government, this government investment, government expenditure, isn't it? So all these things plus what last one, that X minus N, export minus import, right? All that, remember that? So personal consumption expenditure, gross domestic investment, purchased by the government, and all of the above. Wow, very simple. So from A and B only you get it. Consumption is there, C is there, C plus what is that? C plus I, right? Investment plus what? Government spending, right? Plus what? That X minus M, right? X minus imports, right? Export minus import. Remember that now? That formula for this GDP. So consumption is there, investment is, this is I, this is C, this is G. So it's all of the above, isn't it? Answer is all of the above. Because this formula is there directly and this X minus M is not given. If this would have been given, then that will also have been included in this all of the above, isn't it? Okay. GNP is greater than the GDP, gross domestic product, when? So what is this? GNP, gross national product, is greater than GDP. Can this happen? What is it? Can this happen? Means GNP, see here, what is GNP? Just now I told you GNP means what? Indian, right? Deshpremi, Indian. Where is that Indian? Indian is inside India, right? And second is outside India, both, right? Inside and outside, both, right? And what is this subtracted? Minus, remember, foreigner, okay? Within India, not foreigner outside India. Otherwise, what will happen? If you take this foreigner outside India, the whole world will be the foreigner, right? So minus foreigner, that is GNP. And what is GDP? GDP is what? Indian plus foreigner within India, right? Within India, within. So now the question is what? GNP will be greater than GDP when? So in this, if I have to calculate GNP from GDP, what have I to do? I have to subtract this foreigner, right? So this will be greater when what? This outside for Indian, outside Indians here, inside is same, so this gets cancelled. I'll mark it over here. Okay. Here, let me mark this cursor. Check this. Okay. One sec. What is this? One second. This cursor is giving a problem to me. Yeah. One sec. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. See this. Inside gets cancelled. Inside over here and inside over here. Okay. GDP. Foreigner is not a part of that. So that is totally out. So who remains? Outside Indian. Right. So if this outside Indian produces more, then what happens? He'll send money more to India. So NFI is what? Net funds inflow. Net. I'll write it over here. Otherwise, many of you will get confused. What is this NFI? Okay. One second. Net funds inflow. Right. So when is it? If net funds inflow are more than 0, less than 0, equal to 0, less equal to -1. When will GNP more? Because if it is more than 0, then only this GNP will be greater, isn't it? So answer is A, isn't it? Which of the following is deducted from GNP in order to estimate NNP? Okay. Right, what did I say? Gross minus net. So what is to be subtracted? Indirect expenses. What are the indirect expenses? Okay, let's find it out. Depreciation, compensation to employees, expenditure on building, expenditure on raw material. So what is the correct answer? Which are the indirect expenses on this? Okay, now again go back to balance sheet. P&L, JAIIB, accounts, go back there. Okay. Which is the indirect expense which comes in P&L? Remember everyone, what was there in P&L? What was there in P&L? Tell me. Okay. See here, for those who don't know, I'll revise this because that's there in ABM also. Okay. Trading account, right? Trading, I'll write it directly over here. Okay. What is trading the account? Opening plus purchase plus wages plus what? What gross? This is carriage, right? Carriage. And this here it is sales, right? And last is what? Closing stock, isn't it? So that is trading. And whatever you get is gross profit over here, isn't it? Gross profit, that is carried forward to what? P&L, right? P&L. So P&L, this gross profit goes to this side, isn't it? Isn't it? It goes over here. So GP is over here. And now what is on this side? Indirect expenses. Which is the main indirect expense which I took it in the class? Everyone, depreciation, right? Why depreciation? Because remaining things are very easy. That all stationery, electricity bill, all these things, that's okay, man. Important part is this depreciation. Okay, depreciation is a very important part, and that is the answer over here, right? So this is the indirect, and then after this what you get is net, right? Net profit. And here in this case it is NNP, here it is GNP, same thing. Here let the trading account be of country, let it be of India, of individual. After all, it's one and the same thing. Gross means all these things, only at a bigger level for country, smaller level for individual. That's it, isn't it? Okay, done. A is the answer. 25th, last one. No, second last, I think so. Changes in the standard of living in the country are best reflected in changes in the. So standard of living means what? What do you mean by standard of living? If you are riding on bike now, if you go for car, then you change your standard of living. Okay. So reflected changes in what? Social welfare, economic welfare, per capita income of rent prices, per capita income at constant prices. So what is the answer? What is the answer over here? Per capita income on rent prices, per capita income on constant prices. Which one? Per capita income, social welfare, economic welfare. Which one? See here, many of you, I know you'll think this as the answer, economic welfare. I know many of you will think. Why? Standard of living means economics, money more, something like that. Okay, all that is bullshit. Don't think that. Okay, we have to measure, reflect the changes. We have to measure it. Economic welfare can't be measured. It's a vague term. Important part is out of this only. So A and B are out. Okay. You have to just find out C and D. Rent prices. Is this rent the only measure of standard of living? No. Okay. So what is the answer? Per capita income at constant prices means if the prices are constant and then the income, how much it rises for the individuals living in that country. So that is the basic answer. So answer is D. Okay. Next, which is the primary indicator to recognize a country's rate of growth, rate of economic growth? Okay, which is the primary indicator? Means whether that country is growing in a correct way or not. Increase in per capita income, setting up of more industries, rate of growth in national income, more exports. Okay, more exports on this. Okay, and last one is D, none of the above. So which one is the correct answer for this? Rate of growth in national income, more exports, means more exports. The meaning is this, more exports in this. So which one do you think? Okay, forget this more exports. Now you will get confused. Forget this. Only look at this ABC. Okay, increase in per capita income, setting of more industries, rate of growth in the national income. D is out. Okay, so ABC, either of these three. Okay, so increase in inter per capita income, indicator of recognized economic growth. Economic growth, whether that country is growing. See here, per capita was for the social welfare. Just now we saw this question, isn't it? Standard of living. Okay, so that is out. Setting up of more industries. What is this to do with this measure? Okay, when you set up more industries, the income will increase, and that is the measure. Setting up of industries are out. Okay, rate of growth in national income. That is the best way, isn't it? GDP, GNP. To recognize country's rate of growth. So that is the correct answer actually. C. Okay. So these were the MCQs which we wanted to cover. Now I'll come to the main point. See this. This batch which is coming up, which has started already. Okay, BFM is yet to start. Remember, this batch is already started. December 2022 is your last exam with this portion. Next year, from May 23, you'll have a new portion. So definitely join this batch. We'll be covering numericals, case studies, objective questions, theory. Everything is covered over here. Okay. And mind well, our results are the best. The results are more than 85 to 90%. Okay. So if you just follow our lectures also, that much is also enough. And now about the fees. You'll say fees is too huge. Yeah. Okay. Not an issue. If the fees is huge, we are there to reduce you. Look at the discount part. Okay. I'll show you live. Okay. Let's go there. I'll show you live over here. See. Go to Adda 24 website. If you are having this app, that's the best. Don't go to a website then. Go to app directly. If you are having, there you will earn 1% more income. Okay. So click on this JAIIB CAIIB on this first page. See this. You'll see this Mahapack, and you'll see this JAIIB CAIIB Mahapack, JAIIB CAIIB English batch. See here, this is the English batch I am talking of. Okay. Click on this English batch. Once you click on this, you'll see all these things. Okay. See this. Various batches. Click on the first batch 17999. This is the batch which contains ABM, BFM and retail. You'll read all the details over here. See here, 120 plus hours of live interactive ABM plus BFM plus retail. Then what? Ebooks will be provided for ABM and BFM module wise. Ebooks for regular practice. Then recorded videos are available. If you miss any class, then also no problem, because you will have the recorded videos. Now all these facilities I have told you. What about the fees? 17999. View offers. Click on view offers. Okay, what has happened now? Click on view offers. See this Y432. Put this code. Never forget this code. Okay, apply this. See this now, fees 17999 reduced to 4139. From 17999 you have come down to 4139, and 4139, if you get a increment, roughly what? If you are a newcomer, you get 1000. If you have 3 to 4 years, depending on your basics, okay, it comes to around 12 to 1300 rupees, okay, depending on which stage you are in the banking. So even if you consider 1200, 12 for the 48, right, in the 4th month you are surplus. Okay, so go for this batch. I would always suggest go for this batch. It's an investment for lifetime. After 4th month, whatever you get is yours throughout your life. Okay, so go for this. I'll stop over here. Tomorrow I'll come with another